A future classic rarely announces itself with a halo and a velvet rope. It shows up as a car that feels a little too specific for its own era, the one that refuses to sand off its edges for mass appeal. Rarity helps, yet what really sticks is a clear point of view. A weird engine choice, a stubborn commitment to driver feel, or a design that looks like nothing else in the parking lot. At the same time, plenty of modern cars will vanish from collective memory without being truly bad, because they were built to offend nobody and excite almost nobody as well. Here are 10 modern cars that are likely to age into classic status, and 10 that already feel like they're slipping out of the conversation. Number 1, Cadillac CT5V Blackwing. A big V8 sports sedan with a manual transmission feels like a last chapter artifact in a world pivoting hard towards crossovers and electrification. The Blackwing also has a personality you can feel at normal speeds, with real steering weight and a chassis that doesn't act apologetic about being fast. Number 2, Honda Civic Type R. The modern Type R has the rare gift of feeling serious without feeling precious, which is why people drive them daily and still talk about them like trophies. When manuals thin out further, a practical hatch that rewards commitment will read like a love letter to an older idea of fun. Number 3, Toyota GR Corolla. A turbo 3-cylinder all-wheel drive hot hatch from Toyota is the kind of decision that makes sense only when enthusiasts are in the building. Oddball powertrains age well when they're paired with a loyal community, because the community becomes the car's long-term warranty. Number 4, Hyundai Ioniq 5N. This one matters because it treats performance as play instead of a lecture. As EVs get smoother and more standardized, early models with a strong, mischievous character will stand out the way quirky, homologation specials stand out now. Number 5, Porsche 911 Dakar. Limited-run 911s tend to become rolling time capsules, and the Dakar captures a specific, slightly ridiculous romance. A sports car that embraces dirt and ride height is memorable on concept alone. Then the execution makes it collectible. Number 6, Chevrolet Corvette C8 Z06. The mid-engine layout is a historic pivot for the Corvette, and the Z06 adds drama in a way modern performance cars often avoid. Cars that represent a turning point, while still being usable and recognizable, become the ones people chase when nostalgia turns into money. Number 7, Lotus Emira. A compact, tactile sports car arriving as the industry leans into heavier, quieter machines has built-in future appeal. The Emira feels like a final draft of an old philosophy, where steering feel and weight matter more than screen size. Number 8, BMW M2. Smallish, rear-drive performance cars with real driver involvement are getting rarer. The scarcity tends to sharpen reputations. The M2 also has the kind of controversial design that ages into iconography once the initial arguing burns off. Number 9, Mazda MX-5 Miata. The modern Miata keeps proving that lightness and simplicity still work, even when the market chases bigger everything. Clean examples will be the ones that people hunt later because the recipe is so consistent and so increasingly uncommon. Number 10, Ford Bronco. The Bronco arrived with a clear identity and a real off-road hardware, not just styling cues and a badge. When an SUV is built around a purpose and a culture, it keeps a story attached to it, and these stories are what classics live on. Now, here are 10 cars that were designed to be broadly acceptable and then got quietly replaced by the next broadly acceptable thing. Number 1, Acura ILX. The ILX was competent and polite, which is often the kiss of invisibility in the used car era. It never built a distinct personality beyond being the smaller Acura sedan, so it's already fading into the blur of sensible choices. Number 2, Buick Cascada. A convertible should feel like a mood, yet this one often felt like a regular commuter car that happened to fold in half. Without a sharp hook in design or driving feel, it becomes a footnote people remember only when they see one unexpectedly. Number 3, Infiniti QX30. This was a premium badge attached to a shape that never quite decided what it wanted to be. Cars that read as compromise from every angle rarely develop the kind of emotional ownership that keeps them remembered. Number 4, Toyota CHR. The styling tried hard, and the overall experience stayed stubbornly ordinary. When a car's main trait is being fine, it tends to vanish the second the showroom offers a newer version of fine. Number 5, Chevrolet Cruze. The Cruze served a purpose in the era when compact sedans were the reasonable default, and that era moved on fast. Cars built mainly for the middle of the market often disappear from memory because nobody attaches a personal mythology to them. Number 6, Dodge Dart. The name carried history, and the car itself never quite carried a reason to care. When a model enters a crowded segment without a standout engine, a standout chassis, or a standout design, it gets crowded out of the conversation. Number 7, Chrysler 200. It looked sharp enough, drove well enough, and still struggled to carve out a place people defended. A car can be perfectly decent and still become forgettable when its brand story feels uncertain and its audience feels temporary. Number 8, Fiat 500X. It tried to translate small car charm into crossover practicality, and the result felt like a tug of war between cute and generic. Cars that lean mostly on branding without a great underlying experience tend to fade once the branding stops getting airtime. Number 9, Honda Clarity. The Clarity was an earnest experiment with multiple powertrain ideas, and earnest experiments often get ignored once the market picks a simpler direction. It'll be remembered by a niche, yet it's already slipping out of mainstream car memory. Number 10, Cadillac ELR. The ELR had style and ambition, and it arrived in an awkward in-between moment when electrification was still being introduced as a concept car you could lease. When timing is off, even a striking car can become a curiosity instead of a reference point.